It's the morning show on K101 at 7:37.
We should have theme music for this big show. And I don't know what it is.
Circus music.
Tech Bites. What's on the menu, Mr. Holt? And we're pleased as punch. The last Thursday of every month, we dedicate this half hour to the High Plains Technology Center up 34th and Hanks Trail. And Mr. Holt, the superintendent, in our studios this morning. Mark, good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having us.
I don't know where to start. Really, quite honestly, I've looked through some newspaper things. The Woodward News does probably monthly, I don't know, news and updates and so many things that they highlight. And there's a story written by one of your students, and it's 3 columns. It's not particularly long. We may read parts of that, but it is just as it always is, and not just during the fall and spring semester. It is seemingly 365 days a year, for the most part, hopping at High Plains, and it still is. Where do you want to start?
Oh, you kick us off. You already started where we kind of talked about. I mean, there's just a lot going on all the time, and kids doing things and young adults doing things while they're at school, and then the stories of students having success afterwards. That's kind of what we're all about.
Explain this to me right quick. I guess this is a good place to start. They published a list of probably 24 kids, give or take, the superintendent leadership class. What do they do for you?
It's a leadership program that those kids can apply for. Most of those students, it's gotten to where most of them are second-year students in the high school that have been out there, or they can be adults as well. But getting that program, if they're tied up into a LPN wins like that, less likely just because of the time constraints that they're in there. But the daytime students, and they'll do 6 or 7 leadership activities. Okay. One of them, they'll start off the ropes course. We'll take them to Chickasha to Canadian Valley. They'll do the ropes course there. And then they do just lots of soft skill stuff. I mean, things that from interviewing to formal setting of dinner. They'll do that one day, and then they'll cap it off with being at the Capitol and meet with our leadership out here, and just a broad perspective of leadership things. And then, when you ask us to be there in the mornings for things that happen at our place or other places, those are the kids you see show up most of the time. And
boy, they always look so sharp and well presented. I think some of them, maybe this particular is here in about 3 weeks, I guess. The chamber luncheon, it's the education luncheon that highlights all 3 tiers of education: yep. Common Career and higher ed. The chancellor, Sean Burridge, is going to be the speaker, and we have I don't remember who I talked to, but you're going to serve. All those leadership kids are coming out to help serve.
Jennifer and Dawn, they utilize them throughout the year in various settings, and just like you speak of, that's what I was referring to, is that from time to time you'll see them around town, and there's not a big sign on them or anything, but that's the kids we utilize.
I kind of stumbled through that, but welcome those young men and women. Before we talk specific programs there, you mentioned the state capitol, and we're pleased next Monday a group of legislators, kind of the leadership caucus, if you will, a number, probably be close to 20 of them, are going to spend the majority of the day in Woodward, including the House Speaker, Kyle Hilbert. And that's important in any number of reasons, particularly I know they're going to tour, I say your place. I always say, we're going to go out to Barclay's place. But how important is that to get those type of people in Woodward for career tech, more specifically High Plains?
I think anytime we get them, I mean, it's so hard to get leadership into Northwest Oklahoma. We were so blessed to have Jeff in that leadership role years ago, and then it's shifted east, and when you anytime you can get those here, it doesn't matter if it's at High Plains or just in your communities or driving through the community or on the tour or stopping in wherever. It just boots on the ground, and them seeing our kids, seeing the people out here, getting the feel. We're actually going to do that evening before, for the ones that drive up, we're going to have a little gathering at the event center there, and just a welcome, and that's good for them just to have a soft feel to what we're all about, but to get them from more specific to career tech. Just the understanding. I mean, people don't always understand. We've talked about it on here countless times, just about from the funding aspects of State House and stuff, that the money doesn't necessarily follow the trades when we're talking about education, and there's not anybody out here that doesn't see the need for it. When you talk to business and industry, you talk to the legislatures, they seemingly get it. But anytime we get them here where they can hear from the people that are the business owners, the people that are standing that up and trying to hire those young people, and need young people with skills, whether they be soft and or a trade skill, it's just important for all of us.
And I think that you can take that a step further, get them to Northwest Oklahoma, and obviously the Career Tech. I think they're going to stop by Kevin Evans's Western Plains Youth and Family Services.
They're going to
do the public school system, the TAP program, the cooperative effort between you and the public schools. But once you get people here, I say here, to this part of the world, it's an easy sell, but you got to get them here.
Yes, and we talked about that just in preparation for this upcoming deal Sunday night and Monday, that it is about feel. I mean, it truly is that if somebody comes out here and spends a week, they come back and stay a lifetime kind of deal.
Exactly right.
But if they just pass through, they go, my gosh, there wasn't McDonald's on every corner, and I know Kevin would want that, but the reality is we got to get them here and get a feel, and it's good for, and then our kids. I mean, I go back to our young people. I say this all the time. Like we live in a bubble, and the issues that we have with our kids are nothing comparative to elsewhere. And most of those legislators' kids are elsewhere. So when they come here and they literally will talk about issues, and they're not issues that we have all the time. So it's really good to get them here and just get that feel of what the country's like.
And I think you and the High Plains and Taylor, so on and so forth, really are focused on kind of taking that next step, post-secondary, kind of looking ahead and doing something maybe that someone else said, hey, that's a heck of an idea, but for whatever reason, folks haven't gone there. And there's some you can talk about, some you can't. But,
yeah. No, we're headed there at a fast pace. Taylor, just yesterday, we had an individual up, and I took him up to the WIN program and took him up to LPN. And even this is a guy that's pretty local and he said, I had no idea. And I then, go into the story that, hey, it can be a lot more than that, and that's where we're headed. Lots of opportunities for kids, a smattering of 8 or 10 to start with. We hope to get there and headed as fast. So when you get a Kyle Hilbert here and you say, hey, we're operating around our budget right now, the building that we're building is within our budget, it's going to be, nobody's going to know a difference. We're not putting a bond out or anything for that. But to do that post-secondary thing, it's going to take funding from the state to step that up, and that's what we're after.
You're well under construction. I was out by there yesterday, and you're well under construction.
Yeah,
got the fences up.
They knocked the concrete out right up next to our existing building, and got the drainage spouts down and underground. Has been needing to happen for 30 years. That's been an ice rink during the winter. And so that's all done. We're going to go back with concrete right there. Then the building, dirt work started, gravel being hauled in yesterday. The rainforest we live in now, it's awesome. But that happened when they had 7-8 trucks out there ready to unload yesterday. So it's fast and furious.
Well, and then I saw the Jody Hall construction sign. That's good news for all involved. That means you're going to be done on time and most likely under budget. So that's it looks, you hope that way, you wish that way, you pray that way, and then we'll see if it happens that way. So anyway, it's all moving. What's your timetable on the construction there?
We want to be in there by August. Our goal's been there by fall.
And what all will be in this new
26
building again?
Be diesel welding and construction.
That opens up some other areas.
Opens up all the diesel. Basically, the entire west side of our building will open up, which is diesel right now. And that space, then, talked about it 100 times on here, but we're busting at the seams. Our enrollment's the highest it's ever been this year on daytime high school enrollment. and we need more space. So
before we leave the number issue, I assume things are blowing up in Beaver as well in terms of participation.
Good. We got those programs started out there. There's 3 or 4 full-time programs, and I think I mentioned last time, maybe I did or didn't, I can't remember, but as far as our service rate, which would be the numbers of juniors and seniors sent from the school, we maintained our High Plains average, which is about 43%. With standing up those 3 or 4 programs, they maintained that out there, which is awesome for the first year. So really pleased with just the reception in Beaver County. They've been so well received. The community's excited about it. We're also out there building a CDL pad. The county, Kerry Regier, commissioner out there, and his crew and some other participants helping get that pad built up, and it's right there. As you come in, right there on the north side of or south side of the fairgrounds, just a little west, and it's going to be a good addition for us because we're going to put trucks and CDL training in Beaver County.
Well, congratulations in advance on your event, collective event in Woodward next Monday when those legislative leaders come to town, including the speaker. He's married to a hooker girl. He's he's familiar in a way with us, and is very receptive to Northwest Oklahoma.
He
has been anyway.
Married one of the BB girls, and that is and KP Kenton Paskowski is really good friends with him, and that's a good relationship. I think they spend some time together during Christmas and stuff. So I'm sure KP will be here, and it'll be a good deal.
And then Mike Dobrinsky represents part of. He's really kind of a rising star down there. Does a wonderful job.
Yeah, I figure
from District 59. Then of course Carl Newton 58.
Yeah, hope we get all those guys here. I know Carl's going to be here because he's the one that conned me into getting this done. And Kevin Evans. They're going to spend an hour at TAP, an hour at Western Plains, and then an hour back at the Tech Center, and then they're going to Alabaster Caverns. So
I think they're going to go through Boiling Springs as well and stop through. The Chamber's excited to help with breakfast that morning for them at the event center, and then Farm Credit, I think, stepping up with lunch for them there as well.
And then the Industrial Foundation is doing the Sunday night deal. So
look forward to that event here.
Hope Allen's not cooking it, but besides that, we'll be all right.
Within this coming Monday, you mentioned wind training, and that's one of the outstanding programs among many. In that publication, the Woodward News, it says become a wind energy technician, 20 weeks at High Plains applications. I guess the January class is filling up, if you will, due by the last of this month, October 31st. So.
Yeah, I think last spring for this class had give or take 65 applicants, and I haven't heard this time, but that program just well received and continue to be employed.
Do you ever think and I know you do because that's the type of the leadership that's at High Plains, the impact that you have on people's lives, not just one or two, but there was in the Woodward News, one of your wind students, Sam Bentz, advanced wind energy technician, wrote a letter. And it's not really, or wrote an article, if you will. It's not particularly long. We'll kind of skim through it. And he says, not everyone gets a second chance, but I did. I grew up in Woodward, faced my share of setbacks, and made me question my next steps. I wondered if I'd ever find a way forward. What I needed wasn't just school. I needed an opportunity, one that would challenge me, give me purpose, and help me believe myself and future. It came through the Wind Technician program in my hometown. We're talking about High Plains Technology here. I had several friends who had completed the program. Getting in wasn't automatic. You had to apply, interview, commit, and prove that you were worthy. You just don't show up. You choose to take control of your future. What makes this program even more remarkable is that it's happening here in Oklahoma, my hometown. I didn't have to leave home to find my future. The same community that raised me is now helping me build a stable, rewarding career in the fastest growing industries in the world. That matters for me, for my family, and for Woodward. So, that pretty much says it all. I don't know how to discuss it better.
We've talked about that, and that's the vision for the other programs, whether you just name one. If it's welding fabrication, if it's any of the HVAC, the I mean, just go down the road. The heavy duty equipment, dirt equipment. I mean, we're looking at all that stuff. We don't know where we're going to get to, but we're looking at things that, if you take ag and energy out here, oil and gas, wind, agriculture, a CDL goes across all those. Heavy duty equipment goes across all those, and it's stuff like that we're looking at to go forward. And I think we all know just the need for HVAC, plumbing, electricity programs out there that haven't existed at High Plains that we're headed towards. That's where we want to be at. Events like what's happening Sunday will help that, and nobody says it better than Sam does in that article.
And the bottom line is you're changing lives, you're improving lives, you're giving not only kids but young people or whatever hope for the future. And
it happens
and an
every day.
opportunity.
And I think it's educators out there. There's a lot of turmoil, I guess is how you'd say it, in education all the time.
Sure.
It seems like, but I mean, you go find the true educators, the ones that got the heart, that have done this, that got into it and stuck with it. Every one of them and it doesn't matter from a daycare to elementary, all the way through junior high, high school, and career tech and college. They do that all the time. Now, is there bad situations or less than stellar? Yeah, but that goes for any walk of life. But I just kudos to our staff that just does it every day, and that's our normal.
There's something special, and I say this, and I mean it. When you walk into your place or High Plains Technology Center, you just feel the energy and you feel the positivity and what you continue, and you do at Northwestern and Woodward Public Schools and the whole nine
Absolutely.
yards.
Absolutely.
But it is exciting to see everything that happens there at High Plains, and just continues to. And I see it on a daily basis through the role at the chamber, that the difference that you're making and everyone's making in the future of people's lives. So congratulations again on just a tremendous opportunities that you provide. The memorial tree, the survivor tree, there was a special rededication, I think, here within the last couple weeks or so. Representative Newton, we talked about him, was here, kind of a rededication ceremony involving the Briggs family. Pam was a survivor, and what a special deal that was there at High Plains.
It's funny where life takes you and how things go, but I mean, if you believe things are just chance, then okay, great with you, but I don't think things happen just by chance. And our staff going to the museum about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and at that time found out they were doing this 77 county tour and rededicating trees or planting trees of counties that didn't have them. And that's how we got connected with that. And they were going to come up here and plant a tree. And we said, well, we actually have one of those trees. And they said, well, they didn't have record of one in Woodward County. So the long story short, they wanted to rededicate ours, and they continued. And I think they planted one at the high school after
exactly
that.
Right.
So, but and we told them the story, and then Mr. Briggs and the whole family came out there, and to hear that story and something that, here's a tree that's amazing. I mean, in our place, that tree is bigger than any tree at High Plains, and Mr. Briggs talked about that. There was water standing out there, and he went and planted that tree right where the water always stood, because he knew that there'd be that. And so obviously that works. I mean, we have trees around creeks for a reason. And so it's kind of funny too. We were sitting there and just stories they were telling about that day and everything that went on. And we as we talked, at High Plains, we're gonna do a little bit more with that, because I mean, you say that you're not going to forget it, but people change, people move on, and there was a lot lost already in the 30 years, last 25 years, whatever, of when that tree was first planted and everything. So we're going to do some more with that, so that Mr. Briggs worked out there at the school, and then his daughter was actually in the bombing and survived.
Pam, yeah.
And so, man, if you don't tell that story, you don't put it on something in print, it's going to go away. And we did that with the Alexander building, and we're going to do that again with this tree, so that there's something out there forever.
couple of maybe partly personal items to kind of wrap the show up here in a few minutes. But we talked about the House side of things, and obviously you get great support from our part of the world. On the Senate side, Senator Murdoch, I think Casey maybe even in town today, a big fundraising golf tournament.
He did his golf tournament today out at Bowling Springs, and so he'll have a crowd out there. And I'm quite sure there's some of Senate leadership going to be there, and so it'll be a good event.
The Chamber held their golf tournament last week, and on behalf of everybody associated with that, thank you. You were one of the chief cooks there at under the pavilion with fish, shrimp, all kinds of stuff. Pam helped you, Pam Klein, right?
Pam, when it comes
Representative
to
DeWitt, Dale was out there, Daddy-in-law was there, and I think Buddy Cooper stopped by and helped you well, but thank you on that. You guys bail us out. I appreciate that.
We enjoy doing it, and I think going forward, Buddy was going to have to be out of town, and then he was able to be here, and we just decided, hey, going forward, we're going to partner up. It's just easier that way, and enjoy that event, and hopefully everybody had a good time. And I know all that goes to a good cause, and we're just glad to be a part.
And the Myers folks at Sealing State Bank and Mr. Pittman, I think Kirk was here as well, cooked on another spot of the golf course. So thanks to everyone that propped those siege up and made that a tremendous, tremendous event last Friday at Bowling Springs Golf Club. It's my understanding, my sources tell me that you've got a pig sale tonight.
Yeah, there's going to be that's the hobby. Wife doesn't think that's a hobby all the time, but we got a little online pig sale we're doing tonight. So. And
it's tradition with Holt pig sales that we have cinnamon rolls. Are you having cinnamon rolls?
That tradition just started last Sunday. I mean,
well, are you going to continue? How can you have cinnamon rolls on an online auction?
He's always been the favorite. I hope Mom can't hear that, but he's the baby's always the favorite.
Is that John Mark?
Yeah, he's the baby. In more ways than one, CJ.
I know. I've known him for years. Yeah. I know that. Barkley, thanks once again. Congratulations, everything. Good luck on everything. That luck probably doesn't have a whole lot to do with it, but appreciate you very much
coming
by.
CJ.
So.
Thank you.
What's on the menu, Mr. Holt?